Anything to order, so.
Just, what is it called?
Judge, would you please do the honors of swearing in our council?
Absolutely. I will call out the names of those to be sworn this evening. John Hart, if you will come up and center here. And Terry Sword McMahon. Krista Frank. And Chad Elliott. And I'll give you a Kodak moment. I will stand over here. You can stand over there. And that way, why don't you kind of face the public and I'll stand over here. You got good camera action there going on? I try to make sure that these moments, treasured forever, are treasured forever. So I will now be the officiant for this oath of office. I'm Magisterial District Judge Donna Butler and District Court 31203, right here in the lovely borough of Emmaus. So I'm asking you to raise your right hand to be sworn at this time. And if you will repeat after me, I, please state your name.
I, Chris Elliott,
Do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
for the borough of Emmaus, Pennsylvania,
for the borough of Emmaus, Pennsylvania,
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations to all of you. I'm now going to pass you your oaths. I'll ask you to please sign them, and then I will sign them in addition and seal them and get them back to Shane. Okay?
Terry, you need a pen? I think that's the only one.
I thank you. I think the administering of the oath goes a lot faster than the signing. And I present to you then all of the oaths of office. So Shane, for your directions and the proper filing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if you would like to make any kind of remarks or anything, you are more than welcome to.
Thanks. Well, congratulations to those who are serving our community and recently elected. And thank you to all of the others that have been continuing to serve, because this is, as you well know, it's our home. And there's nothing in this world better than feeling in your heart than to serve those that are your neighbors, your friends, your relatives that live all around this borough. So I want to give my greatest thanks to all of you for taking the time to serve in such a meaningful way. I know it's really given me a lot of purpose in my life, and I know that it will give you great purpose also. So thank you for the honors, Mayor.
Thank you.
Shane, and for inviting me to do this honor.
Well, thank you. It's our pleasure.
Okay, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to you.
With that, I will take my adieu.
You are more than welcome to stay if you'd like.
Thanks.
I know, no.
I think I have meat pie waiting.
Ah, I'll be over.
All right, very good. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And I think I left my foot in here.
Yes. Good night. I would like to call the January 6th, 2020 Emmaus Borough Council meeting to order at 7:08. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business this evening is to elect a president of council. So therefore, I would like to ask for nominations for that position. Mr. Anders,
Yes, Brent Lavenberg.
we have one nomination of Mr. Labenberg. Any further nominations? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close nominations.
Move to close nominations.
Motion by Mr. Hart. Is there a second? Second by Mrs. McManaman. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We have 7 ayes. Now we need to vote on Mr. Labenberg's nomination. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
7 ayes. Congratulations, Mr. Labenberg. Second position is, I'd like to ask for nominations for the position of Vice President. Anyone like to make a motion, or a nomination, rather? Mr. Hart?
Yes, I'd like to move the name of Chris Dufresne be considered for Vice President.
Thank you. We have a nomination for Mr. Dufresne. Are there any further nominations? Hearing none, I'd ask for a motion to close the nominations. Motion by Mr. Labenberg. Is there a second? Mr. Anders? Discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have 7 ayes. Now we need to vote on Mr. Dufresne's nomination. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have 7 ayes. Mr. Labenberg, I will hand you the gavel.
Thank you.
And we'll make it official.
I'll call a brief recess for a group photo of the newly formed council.
Can we do a reappointment first?
We'll do reappointments first, all right.
Just one. You want to do Brent Jones?
Oh, okay. We will do our junior council members. Is he getting sworn in? Mayor
Mayor.
Gilbert? All right. I'd like to call Jonas up, front and center.
We have to vote to reappoint.
Motion first to appoint.
Oh, we have to make a motion. All right. Motion to reappoint Jonas Hausman as our junior council person. Councilwoman McManaman, seconded by Councilman Hart. All those in favor say aye. Aye. There are 7 ayes. Now you may come forward, and Madam Mayor will swear you in.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jonas Hausman,
Do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
that I accept the position
that I accept the position
of Emmaus Borough Junior Councilperson.
of Emmaus Junior Borough Councilperson.
I promise to attend monthly council meetings,
I promise to attend monthly council meetings,
observe Borough Council meeting rules,
observe Borough Council meeting rules,
and actively participate in borough business.
and actively participate in borough business.
I understand that I cannot vote
I understand that I cannot vote
on any issue,
on any issue,
and I cannot attend executive sessions.
and I cannot attend executive sessions.
Congratulations, very good. Thank you.
All right, I'd like to invite all council members to come up for a newly formed council meeting, or council member portrait. Jonas, I think lose you. We're doing the side thing. We can do the side thing. Side or hand? Side. Why aren't you in here?
I'm not counsel.
What do you mean? You're not part of this.
I'm not counsel.
All right, let's bring Shane and Leanne and also.
I just one question. Does this mean I don't have to look at Barrett on the picture?
Everyone get up? All right.
Yeah.
Are they in it now?
Yeah.
Because he asked, can somebody run over and let him
Go.
I'll do it after. I'll do it during communications. All right, personal appeals part 1. If anyone has a personal appeal, they may approach the podium and.
Oh, I do not.
Really? Okay. All right, community minute. Does anyone have anything to bring forward? Councilman Anders.
Just this evening, they held the National Honor Society induction at the high school. There were many juniors and seniors inducted, including my daughter, so proud dad.
Nice.
But it was a very nice ceremony, and I wish all the best to the induction personnel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, hearing none, there's no special presentations. We have the council meeting minutes to approve from December 16th. Does anybody have a motion to bring forward to approve the meeting minutes? Councilwoman Baumgartner, second by Councilman Dufresne. Any additions or corrections on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Those abstaining? 7 ayes. Decisions on bids, we have none. We have 3 communications. Reverend Dr. Joanne Marchetto from the Barn Faith Community sent a thank you for contributing to the community garden. It was from the community garden, the contributions. And also, they mentioned 2 new programs are going to start this year. William Kennedy is requesting a cost of living adjustment for retired police officers, eligible retired police officer. And we'll refer that to general administration or budget and finance.
We'll send it over to pension board and then budget and finance.
Pension board it is. All right, Richard Kraus from the Emmaus Veterans Committee requesting Memorial Day banner fee waiver. That will go to staff as we have a policy on that. We have no borough engineers report, solicitors report. Thank you. All right, 14, 15, 16, we have nothing, which is unfinished business, part 1 and 2, and new business. Does anybody have anything that's not on the agenda to bring forward? Hearing none, mayor's report.
Thank you. Just to give you an update, the testing process through the Police Consortium has started. The written and physical agility tests were conducted this past weekend, and as a result of that testing process, we are now down to a pool of 51 candidates. I believe they started out with 140-some applicants, So we're down to 51. So other than that, progress.
Thank you. Before we start the committee reports, I have under my agenda reappointment of Carol Bastian to the General Authority. They are currently meeting in the other room right now, and she can't participate until we reappoint her. So I would like to ask for a motion to reappoint Carol Bastian to the General Authority with a term expiring 1/1/2025. Councilman Anders, seconded by Councilwoman McManaman. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. Madam
will.
Mayor, can you please just let them know that she's reappointed? Thank you. All right, going back to committee reports. Public Works Committee, Chairman Anders.
Oh, before we do that, why don't we announce what the committees?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And we
we'll
let
have
that
to do
slide, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right, my appointments to committees. Public Works Committee will be chaired by Councilman Anders, and Councilman Ladenburg and Councilman Balliet will be on that committee. Health, Sanitation, and Codes Committee is going to be chaired by Councilman Balliet with Councilwoman McManaman and Councilman Hart also on there. Parks and Recreation Committee will be chaired by Councilwoman Baumgartner with Councilman Anders and Councilman Balliet. Public Safety Committee will be chaired by Councilman Hart with Councilwoman McManaman and Councilman Dufresne. General Administration Committee chaired by myself and Councilwoman Baumgartner and Councilman Dufresne. Budget and Finance Committee will be chaired by Councilman Dufresne with Councilman Hart and Ladenburg also. Community Relations Planning and Development Committee will be chaired by Councilwoman McManaman, Councilman Anders, and Councilwoman Baumgartner. And that's it. All right. With those appointments, I will turn it over to Public Works Chairman Anders.
Yes, nothing for official action this evening. We will meet Wednesday at 4 p.m. Here at Council Chambers. Progress.
Thank you. Health, Sanitation, and Codes Committee, Chairman Balliet.
Yeah, tonight I have a few motions for some reappointments to bring to council. The first one we're going to do is I'll ask for a motion to reappoint John W. Hart to the Board of Health with a term expiring 1/1/2025.
There's a motion by Councilman Balliet. Is there a second? Councilman Dufresne, any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
Abstention.
Oh, I'm sorry, and 1 abstention.
Thank you.
The other motion I'd like to bring to the floor is to reappoint Theodore Lopes to the Zoning Hearing Board with a term expiring 1/1/2023.
Motion by Councilman Balliet. Is there a second? Councilman Hart. Discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
And the third motion I'd like to bring to the floor is reappointing Roger Steinmeier to the Zoning Hearing Board with a term also expiring 1/1/2023.
So motion by Councilman Balliet. Is there a second? Councilman Dufresne. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
I'd like to let everybody know that the next committee meeting will be January 29th here at 4:30, and we're going to be discussing our 2020 goals and plans for the committee this year and progress.
Well done. You're officially broken in. Parks and Recreation Committee, Chairwoman Baumgartner.
We have nothing for official action. Our next meeting will be tomorrow, Tuesday, January 7th at 4:45. Progress.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Chairman Hart.
Public safety.
Thank you, Mr.
Public Safety Committee, Chairman Hart.
Thank you, Mr. President. One action item, we did not have a meeting this month, and that is the reappointment of Michael Wilson as an alternate to the Civil Service Commission with a term expiring 1/1/26. I'll put that in the form of a motion.
There's a motion by Councilman Hart. Is there a second? Councilman Dufresne. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
Our next meeting is scheduled for January 13th at 9:15 a.m. I report progress.
Thank you. General Administration Committee is myself. We have Resolution 2020-1, the 2020 appointments. It's a lengthy list. I'll read it. Bear with me. We have Ambulance Chief Jeffrey Hoffman, Animal Control Officer April Shire. Shield. Borough Manager / Secretary Shane Pepe. Borough Solicitor Dimick and Dinkelhocker. Delinquent Tax Collector Dimick and Dinkelhocker. Director of Finance / Treasurer Christine Snyder. Certified Public Accountant Campbell Rappold and Urasitz. Civil Service Commission Solicitor Davison and McCarthy. Code Enforcement Officer / Public Works Inspector James Farnsworth. Earned Income and Local Services Tax Office H.A. Berkheimer. Emergency Management Coordinator Keith Miller. Primary Engineer Ott Consulting. Utilities and Alternate Engineer Hanover Engineering. Fire Chief / Director of Emergency Services John Price. Fire Inspector Thomas Classic. Fire Inspector or Health Officer Gary Ritter. Pension Consultant Police and Non-Uniform Mockenhaupt Benefits Group. Per Capita Tax Office H.A. Bergenheimer. Police Chief Charles Palmer. Public Works Director John Daishala. Sewage Enforcement Officer Jacoby Schrey, Gregory Gray, and Christopher Taylor. Special Labor Counsel Campbell, Durant, Beatty, Palumbo, and Miller. And Zoning Hearing Board Solicitor Ronald Corkery. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2020-1? Councilman Hart, seconded by Councilman Dufresne. Any questions or discussion on the list? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. We have the appointment of the 2020 Employee and Volunteer Safety Committee members. I will read the list. From administration, we have Shane Pepe with a term that does not expire. Code / Zoning Department, Ryan Westner with a term also not expiring. Police Department, we have Troy Shantz, alternate Brian Hampshire with a term expiring 12/31 of 2020. Fire Department, we have Chris Lubinetsky, expiring 12/31/20. Ambulance Department, Craig Deppie, alternate Kara Beery, term expiring 12/31 of 20. Public Works Department, Gary Fennell, alternate Troy Bauer, term expiring December 31st, 21. And Clerical Department, Teresa Pullman, with an alternate Sally Hosfeld, and that's a term expiring 12/31/21. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve the list? Councilwoman McManaman, seconded by Councilwoman Baumgardner. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. Reappointment of John Stover to the Vacancy Board. Would somebody like to make a motion? Councilman Hart, seconded by Councilman Anders. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. There's council meeting, or the committee meeting notes from our last meeting, December 16th. And our next meeting is January 16th here in council chambers at 9 a.m. Progress. Budget and Finance Committee, Chairman Dufresne.
We have one item for action tonight. Before I read the motion, does anybody have any questions on the bill list? Okay. Resolution 2020-2, authorizing the borough to pay the January 6, 2020 bill list. The bill list totals $817,135.54. Just of note there are 2 payrolls in this payment here, so
Okay.
it's a form of a motion.
So a motion by Councilman Dufresne, is there a second? Councilman Hart. Any questions on the bill list? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
And then the significant revenue and expense items are in the packet, and next meeting is January 16th at 11 a.m. Progress.
Thank you. Community Relations Planning and Development Committee, Chairwoman McManaman.
Thank you. We have one item for official action this evening. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Alan Silvestri to the Emmaus Arts Commission for a term ending February 7th of 2022.
There's a motion by Councilwoman McManaman. Is there a second? Councilman Dufresne. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
Please take a moment to read through our last committee meeting notes and let me know if you have any questions. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Mr. Hart and former Councilman Shubsta for serving on the CRD committee this last year, and I'm looking forward to working with Mrs. Baumgardner and Mr. Anders on CRD. Our next meeting is January 13th here in Council Chambers at 4:30. I report progress.
Thank you. Junior council members report. Jonas.
Thank you. The morning call has Emmaus as the field hockey team of the year, and the field hockey coach, Sue Stewin, as the field hockey coach of the year, as well as Annika Herbine as the field hockey player of the year from Emmaus. And then Macy Elzen is the girls volleyball player of the year. Girls and boys basketball teams are facing Liberty tomorrow, and Redmond team is facing Stroudsburg tomorrow. And I report progress.
Thank you. You have 3 sets of board and commission meeting minutes, including your employee volunteer safety committee that we just approved tonight. So you get to see what they actually do. Personal appeals part 2. Anybody have an appeal? Hearing none. Borough manager's report.
So I sent you guys emails regarding a bunch of dates for 2020. So that way you can start plugging your calendars. Hopefully that's helpful, so you can get a head start. If you have pre-planned vacations, things like that, that you could send to us, so that we can let everybody else know you're out of town. It's helpful to our staff knowing if somebody's planning to be out of town for a couple weeks or a week. So that way, we kind of don't expect you to reply, or for that matter, we don't keep calling you wondering where you are. The other thing is, obviously, we've got a lot of information coming out to you soon. You've received some notes, 2020 goals from department managers, some important deadlines and things like that that we're getting ready to do. So that'll all be coming to you in a short amount of time. And obviously, we're starting to pick back up with some of the projects that we backed off of with the budget. So I would anticipate the next few weeks we'll start being busy. So thank you very much with getting us your available dates, so we were able to advertise prospective committee meetings in time, so that we're not backed up by a month or two like some towns will be, because they're waiting for people to get their schedules together. So other than that, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll report progress. No, nothing to vote.
Okay. Under President's business, I want to congratulate all our 4 people that got sworn in tonight, council members, and Chad Bally especially, who's our newcomer and the rookie of the council now. John's happy because he's not the rookie anymore. And we're family. Let's have fun, and we have a job to do, and we'll do it well. So with that being said, I'm going to call an executive session for real estate purposes with no decision to be had afterwards. So we'll recess at 7:31. I'll ask that everybody be cleared out of Borough Council chambers because we're not able to use the other room tonight.